Hello students, welcome to my channel. In today's lesson we will discuss about numericals on potential energy and kinetic energy. So as you can see on the screen, I have written the first question. The first question says that a body of mass 5 kg falls from a height of 10 meter to 4 meter. Calculate the loss in potential energy of the body and the total energy possessed by the body at any instant. So let's solve it. Solution. See here, the mass of the body is given 5 kg. Initial height is 10 meter and it falls to height of 4 meter. We have to calculate loss in potential energy. So I am writing here loss in potential energy. Capital U is the standard symbol of potential energy, and total energy possessed by the body at any instant. Total energy means they are talking about sum total of potential and kinetic energy. So see here, when the body was at height h1, its potential energy according to the formula will be mgh1. When body drops to height h2, its potential energy will be mgh2. So loss in potential energy, how we will get it? We will subtract. So I am writing here loss in potential energy. Let us take mg common, h1 minus h2. Mass is 5. Now G value given in the question is 10. H1 is 10, H2 is 4. So 5 into 10 into 6, we get 300 joule. So 300 joule is the loss in potential energy. Now how much is the total energy at any instant? Now see here, say this is the height h1 where the body was there in the beginning, and h1 given is 10 meter. Okay, now when the body was here, it is dropped from that height, right? So its velocity at this point was 0. So if velocity was 0, definitely there is no kinetic energy at this point. Kinetic energy is 0, but yes, it has potential energy which is equal to mgh1. Okay, since it is at height h1. Now total energy will be summation of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So 0 plus mgh1. How much is m? Now m given in the question was 5 kg. G value is 10 and H1 is also 10. So total energy possessed by the body at any instant is 500 joule. Now students, as you are viewing this video, don't forget to like my video. Like it. If you like it, I'll get more encouraged to make similar videos and lectures for you. And share it as much as possible, because it is going to be very helpful for students during this lockdown period. Now let's come to question number 2. It says a man of mass 50 kg climbs up a ladder of height 10 meter. Calculate the work done by the man and the increase in its potential energy. G value is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, so let's proceed to solve it. Solution. The mass of man is 50 kg, climbs up a ladder of height 10 meter. Work done by the man, increase in potential energy. So I am writing here increase in potential energy. Say using this ladder, the man reaches a height of 10 meter. This is the man. Okay, Now, how much work will be done by him? See, look at this figure. When man reaches to this highest point, say this is your position 1, when man reaches this height, how much is the potential energy of man? It is going to be mgh. Okay, 50 into 9.8 into 10. If you do this calculation, you will get 4900 joule. So this is the potential energy of man. This is only the amount of work done against gravity, right? So the work done by man is nothing but 4900 joule only. Coming to next part, increase in potential energy. See, when man was at height or level 2, means this is your reference level, we are choosing that in reference level your potential energy was 0 joule, and when it reaches position 1, its potential energy is 4900 joule. So in just a minute, so increase in potential energy is going to be 4900 minus 0, which is equal to 4900 joule. This is your answer. Now let us come to question number 3. As you can see on the screen, the question says a block A weighing 100 Newton is pulled up a slope of length 5 meter by means of a constant force 100 Newton as illustrated in figure. What is the work done by the force in moving the block A 5 meter along the slope? Now see here, let me write it here. Solution. Force given is 100 Newton. So let me write it here first. And see in the figure, the length of the slope is 5 meter. Okay, 5 meter. So I am writing S, length of the slope 5 meter. What is the work done by the force in moving the block A 5 meter along the slope? See, in the first part of the question, so this is my slope. Force is applied in this direction, as well as my displacement is also in this direction. Okay, so both the vectors are along the same direction. So how much will be the work done? I will write here Fs cos theta. Force is 100, displacement is 5 into cos theta. How much is the angle between force vector and displacement vector? They are parallel here, so the angle is 0 degree. So work done is 500 joule in this case. This is my first answer. Okay, now moving to the second part. See here, what is the increase in potential energy of the block? See very carefully in the diagram. The height is 3 meter. Can you see the height? The height given is 3 meter. Now this is the reference level. So here we are choosing the potential energy to be 0 joule. But when it will be at this much height, how much will be the potential energy? Let us find out. It will be mgh. We will use the formula mgh. Now mg means the weight of the block. The weight of the block given is, let's check in the question, 100 Newton. Okay, the weight of the block given is 100 Newton. So 100 into height given is 3 meter, 300 joule. This is your second answer. Now the third question says account for the difference in the work done by the force and increase in potential energy. So this is my increase in potential energy here. Let me write here, I forgot to write. increase in potential energy, 300 joule. Why these two are different and why not equal? Okay, why this is 500 and why this is 300? Why there is a difference of 200 joule? 500 minus 300, there is a difference of 200 joule. Actually both should have been equal. See, the reason is here my inclined plane is not absolutely smooth. Okay, this inclined plane is not absolutely smooth. There is some irregularities here, so there is some loss of energy in doing work against friction. That is the reason when you are lifting the block, you like this along the slope, you are doing 500 joule, and when you are directly lifting it up, you are doing 300 joule. This 200 joule extra work is done to do work against the force of friction, because your inclined plane is rough and it is not perfectly smooth. Coming to question number 4, a body of mass 10 kg is moving with a velocity 20 meter per second. If the mass of the body is doubled and its velocity is halved, find the initial kinetic energy and the final kinetic energy. Okay, so let us write here the given data. Mass given is 10 kg, velocity of this body is 20 meter per second. Alright, now find the initial kinetic energy. So I am writing here Ki, initial kinetic energy. We know the formula, half mv square. So half into 10 into 20 square. How much will it be? 5 into 400, which is 2000 joule. So kinetic energy is 2000 joule initially. Second part, find the final kinetic energy. Now in case of final kinetic energy, the mass of the body is doubled and velocity is halved. So I am writing here Kf. Again same formula, but you can write here final mass and final velocity to differentiate it from this initial case. Okay, mi, vi. Mi is your initial mass, vi is your initial velocity. So now my final mass, they are saying that mass is getting doubled, so it will be 20 kg, right, and final velocity is getting halved, so it will be 10 meter per second. So half into 20 into 10 square, how much it will be? It will be 1000 joule. So this is my second answer. Let us move to question number 5. It says a bullet of mass 50 gram is moving with a velocity 500 meter per second. It penetrates 10 centimeter into a still target and comes to rest. Calculate kinetic energy possessed by the bullet and the average retarding force offered by the bullet. So let us first write the given information. The mass of the bullet is 50 gram. I am converting it to kg, because I want to find out the answer in SI unit. It is moving with velocity 500 meter per second, penetrates 10 centimeter into a still target, so displacement is 10 centimeter, which is this much meter. Calculate kinetic energy possessed by the bullet and the average retarding force. Now see, I am drawing a rough diagram. Say this is your target, the bullet hits the target here, and after say traversing a distance of 10 centimeter, say at this point B, it is coming to rest, means your final velocity is 0, right, it is coming to rest, so final velocity is 0. Now calculate number 1, kinetic energy. How much is the kinetic energy? Means they are talking about initial kinetic energy. So half m velocity square, in this case I will write u square because u is my initial velocity. Doesn't matter, my formula is same, half into mass into velocity square. So half into 50 by 1000 into 500 square. Let us do this calculation. 50 into 500 square divided by 2000. So if you do this calculation, you will get 6250 joule. So this is the kinetic energy. Now number B, average retarding force. See, why are we saying retarding force? We are saying retarding force because the bullet is ultimately coming to rest. So definitely there is a retarding force. So we write down the formula of force, mass into acceleration. We know the mass 50 by 1000, but we don't know the acceleration. So let us apply this formula. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, now my final velocity is 0 here because the bullet is coming to rest. Initial velocity is 500 u square, so 500 square plus 2as. How much is the displacement? Yes, it is 10 by 10 So if you do this calculation, your A will come out to be negative. That's quite obvious because there is retardation, that is why you are getting it negative. So let's do this calculation. 500 square divided by 2 into 0.1. Yes, I am getting 1 to 5 and 4 zeros as my retardation, and it is negative. So I will substitute here minus 1 to 5 and there are 4 zeros. Now see how much is my force. Let's calculate. I am getting minus 62500 Newton. 625, right? And minus sign over here, the minus sign indicate that it is a retarding force. The students, as you are viewing this video, if you are understanding the lecture, then please share my video, okay, because it is going to be helpful for students out there. Alright, and if you want to be a member of AMI class family, then don't forget to subscribe. Now this is the last question of today's lecture. It reads as: a spring is kept compressed by a small trolley of mass 0.5 kg lying on a smooth horizontal surface as shown. When the trolley is released, it is found to move at a speed of 2 meters per second. What potential energy did the spring possess when compressed? Now this is the question. I am leaving it up to you. You will find out the answer and you will comment in the comment section. Alright, so hurry up, take out your copy, solve it quickly and comment there. Right? That's all for today's lesson. Thank you.